Welcome back to the Avenue. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. And if this is your first time, welcome. Here we like to talk about things as far as finances goes to help you build a future of financial options instead of retiring with financial regrets. And today we're going to get into something that I've been thinking about for a while. And it's like if I would do things over financially, exactly what I would do, because there's some things that I would do differently. Let's jump right into this one. So today I'm going to help you try to eliminate some of the mistakes and jump over some of the things that maybe I did wrong back then. Now, when I was coming up back then, when I first started working at my 9 to 5, I did not have all the information that's available to you and I today. Just within a reach of a computer, you can learn a lot more than what I ever knew back then. So I'll get that in at the beginning. But what I would do differently when I first started working, I did invest, I did save, but I would have invested more than what I did when I first started. I was a little nervous about it because I did not come from a background of investing. My parents didn't know about investing. I didn't have anybody really around me that knew. And so I was going on what HR was telling me and what I got a little advice from some other folks around me, but I wasn't really good at investing or knew a lot about investing. So I wish I would have invested more money back then. Now, I invested in my 401k, but there were three funds that you can invest in, the equity fund, the balance fund, and like the bond fund. And so I chose the one in between. Even though I was younger, I could have gone for equity and made a lot more money. I was just, let me be safe. This is my first time out doing this investing thing, so let me see what I can do. And so I chose that fund, the balance fund, and put some money in it, not as much as I could have put in it, but I did put some money in it. So that's one thing that if I had to do it over again, I would have put more money in. I would have done a lot more research on the things that they were giving us to invest in, such as the accounts and the information on the accounts as far as when they gave the annual statements. I didn't look at any of that stuff. It came to us. I didn't look at it, what they were investing in or anything like that. So I would have done that a lot differently back then if I had it to do over. As I've discussed savings and told you all to save on this channel, I would have saved more back then. I just didn't know where to put my money, but I put it in a credit union. I had a credit union and a bank, and I was putting money there just because I knew it was a good thing to save, but I didn't know, I wasn't necessarily saving for a purpose or anything like that. I was just putting some money aside instead of spending all my money when I got paid with my paycheck. Now, I will say my first paycheck, I spent all of it because I needed clothes, I needed things to go to the job. This was a professional position, so they expected us to dress a certain way. So I spent money on that. But after that, I had enough clothes and everything. I probably could have saved more and could have researched to put it in the best account that I could find. Back then, we're talking 30 years ago or more, we didn't have the high yielding savings accounts. You had a bank or you had a credit union, and that's all you had out there to choose from. So I didn't do any research on that, but if I had to do it over again, I would want my money working as hard for me as I worked for my money, like I always tell you guys. So hopefully some of these tips are helpful to you and you can start doing these things now. But that was one of the things that I would definitely change. Over the years, I realized for some people, sometimes it's not about the financial knowledge that you have. It's not about the spreadsheets, not about the budget. It's not about the math. It's about the mindset. Ever feel like money is controlling you instead of the other way around? You're not alone. Most people struggle with saving, spending, and building security, but it doesn't have to stay that way. That's why I created the Well in Wealth Financial Therapy Cards, a deck of 70 powerful, thought-provoking questions that help you uncover how you really think, feel, and act with money. These aren't just cards. They're conversation starters, clarity builders, and a step toward the confidential financial future you deserve. So if you're ready to break free from financial stress and start making money work for you, click the link below and grab your deck today. Made just for you. Now, back to the video. I know I keep saying this, but you know I'm a real estate investor, and if I were to do it over, what I would do is to get into real estate a lot earlier than I did. And I know the proverb is that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and that's probably some truth to that, and that probably happened to me. But if I were to do it over, I would get into real estate as soon as I could and start at least looking at properties, checking out properties and that type of thing. And when the opportunity came available, I would go ahead and make an offer. Now, when I did get into it, I was very decisive and start making offers, started buying properties that fit what I needed. And I was guided by a very capable real estate agent who invested herself. So I was in good hands and everything with that. But had I done it a couple of years earlier, I would have been in even a better position than I was. Now, I did do it before the crash hit in 2008, 2007. I got in right before that. But I will say that I was smart with real estate, and most of the properties that I bought, you all, were bank-owned properties or properties that were distressed and needed a little bit of fixing up. I didn't buy anything that just needed a total rehab, but most of the properties I bought needed a little bit of fixing up to get it up to par, but I got it for undervalue because I needed to put some sweat equity in it. And I, found contractors to do the few little minor things that needed to be done. I wasn't doing anything with foundation. I wasn't doing anything with the roof, but small, like holes maybe that was put in the walls or needed appliances changed out, fixtures changed out, that type of thing, maybe a little flooring. That was what I was talking about. But for the most part, I would have bought as soon as I possibly could and get into the real estate market because it's been very good to me. And and if I knew what I knew now, it would be a whole different story. But I did do the best I could with the information that I had because no one in my family, no one really around me had done real estate and had been a landlord. So I was learning on my own, learning as I go. And when you're trying to work a 9 to 5 and trying to learn something else on the side, it becomes a little more difficult because you have to lend the time to your job first. And then whatever time you have left over after work, you'd have to put in the time then. And back then, you all, just in all fairness to me, there were not a lot of people going into entrepreneurs, so they didn't, or side hustles. You just worked the 9 to 5, you came home and you enjoyed your family and was happy. And that's the way I grew up in that company. But things are different, things have changed now, and that's one thing I definitely would have done differently. One thing that I'd like for you to do differently, if you haven't, is to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as I'm bringing it to you. I love to have you here. Love all the comments. Drop some comments in the chat to see if you would have done anything differently when you first started as to now, or what have you changed? What are you doing differently right now? I'd love to hear from you. Now, this one, I can say when I first got out of college, you've been studying, you've been testing, and you're kind of done with learning for a while. But what I would have done differently once I got out of college, I would not have been done with learning for a few years because there were probably 3 or 4 years before I got into taking classes and other things that I was interested in. I would have kept going on the things that I was interested in. Now, I did stick with photography. It was a once-a-year class that I would go for a week and study with a professional photographer. So I did stick with that. But the things such as finances and real estate, I didn't really study a lot then. But I was taking some time off because you are really tired when you get out of school. Unless you want to be a professional student. I didn't want to do that. I was working a full-time job. I wanted to work and kind of relax and do some things on the weekends. But I would have gotten back into it a little bit at a time, taking some courses every now and then. Now, I did have some friends at the job that wanted to take some courses, and so I started going with them. It's much easier, you guys, if you have someone else that's interested in the same thing that you are, or have the same mindset, or you can join a group, a community that's going in that direction. It's much, much easier because you have support from them and you don't want to disappoint them. They don't want to disappoint you. And so you're there for a reason. So it helps a lot if you have that support and that community environment around you. But I would have taken classes a lot sooner and studied the things that would elevate me as far as my finances a lot more. I am glad that I did take my photography classes because I'm still into photography. That's my first love, and I'm still doing it now, even as we speak. This one for sure is one that I definitely would have changed, and that is when I became a realtor. I was working my full-time job and I was doing real estate part-time. It was something that I was interested in, but I was not necessarily growing my real estate business. I was there at the job, and as people needed assistance with buying, selling houses, leasing, whatever, they knew I was into real estate, so they would come ask me and I would help them. I would make just enough to be interested, stay interested, make a little money on the side, but my full-time job is what I really relied on, and not that interested in growing the business. Later on, as retirement became closer and closer, I started doing more with flyers, maybe sending out more advertisements on what I did, talking to people more about real estate because I knew I was going to step outside of the job, and started gaining some more clients in, more people on my list and everything. But I did not take it still then as seriously as I could have. Now, one thing is I was not able to go to all the real estate meetings because I was at work, right? So I had to kind of fit that in. Now we have a lot of the real estate meetings online. So if I were to take my break at that time or something like that, I could still attend some of those real estate meetings even online and not be there in person. So, I was not necessarily doing the best I could with real estate. It was just something that I took it somewhat seriously, but as far as a business and building it as a business, I did not take it as seriously as I could have, because when I stepped outside of my 9 to 5, I could have had, just stepped right into real estate, kept growing it, and been much further along than I am right now. But that was one thing that was a huge mistake on my side that I would have definitely done differently. Now, if you are young and don't have any medical health issues or anything like that, great job. And what I would have done differently when I was younger is I would have eaten a little bit better. And I did start eating better when a friend of mine, she got cancer. And so there were only certain restaurants that she could go to. And since we ate lunch pretty much every day, she was a coworker, I would change my eating habits with her. So it got better for a while. But the one thing that my dad used to do, and I just followed his footsteps, he would eat ice cream every night. Ice cream and peaches, ice cream every night. And so, he's still alive, still living, 96, I think now. And so with this ice cream every night thing, it's like I started eating ice cream every night. And I'm pretty thin. I don't have a lot of weight on me. I work out, so I have some good habits in there. So I didn't feel like the ice cream every night was going to hurt me. And boy, was I wrong. All that sugar is not good for you. I'm here to tell you, sugar is not good for you. And so I had to cut back. I don't eat ice cream every night. I don't eat ice cream pretty much too much now at all. But I do watch what I eat, eating more salads, eating more things that's healthy for you. And so I would have eaten better. I would have not eaten as much fried foods. Fried foods is not good for you either because of, the grease and then the flour that is fried in or the batter that is fried in. Also, one other thing, I would have drank more water. I don't necessarily like drinking water, but water is good for you. You need to be hydrated. Hydration does make a difference, you all. So make sure you're hydrated, especially in Texas. When the sun is hot, it's hot outside, you can become dehydrated very, very quickly. And so, but I've always had a great routine as far as going to the gym, working out. I've been doing that for years and years and years, and won't stop doing it, because if you ever stop, it's so hard to get back into, and you may lose some muscle tone and that type of thing. So I'm going to stick with that program for sure. So working out has never been a problem, but eating the things that I eat, sometimes eating greasy food, that's not good for you either. But I've changed my eating habits, and I've changed them in time enough that the health is still good. So I had to reverse some things out. The health is still good though. So I'm glad about that. And I would encourage you, for some of these things that we're talking about, especially your health, the eating habits that you're doing, the financial things that you're doing, take a look at what you're doing, and if it's something that you need to change, go ahead and change it. You don't have to wait until later in life. Make that change now and you will be better off later in life, okay? And so hopefully you've gotten something from this video, and with that, I will see you in the next video.